And we are back for day 2 of Pocket Gamer Connects in San Francisco 2017. I'm joined by Timur from Rebound Mobile.
Yep.
Yesterday you did a talk. What were you sharing with the world?
So we have made a research on global markets and have put together data on them to help developers identify which of the markets are most interesting for them.
Okay. When it comes to trying to get visibility on the App Store or indeed other places, so for example, a lot of people are using TV coverage to kind of push games out there. People are using ads. It's got video in mobile is obviously more recent trend, and now we're even moving into VR and how you can get ad space in there as well. What do you feel is the best way to make sure that the right people see the right product?
Well, we are focusing on Eastern markets, so their brand advertising is the key to success. You can just, especially this is important for Western developers because they kind of got used to digital advertising and performance marketing. But on the Eastern markets, especially in Korea and in Japan, it's brand advertising is really essential.
It's all about pushing the name.
Yeah, pushing the name, running TV commercials, doing some offline, some subway advertising. That's really important.
Okay, because you say you're based in the East. You guys moved to Finland like last year, did you? Is that right? The HQ?
Yeah, HQ is in Finland, and we've been based there all the time. So we've been set up there last year. So we're one year and a half now. But we're working from there on the Eastern markets.
Gotcha. All right then. And is it weird having a kind of like a Western-ish office and then working with the Eastern perspective? Like, because there's huge differences in trying to, manage the two different areas. What's the biggest challenge sitting over there in the West dealing with the East?
It is a challenge actually, and we're looking at setting up an office in Korea and Seoul later this year. The good thing about having an office in Europe, in Finland particularly, is that there is a closer access to companies, to our clients basically, because we have Western companies to tap into Asian markets. And that really gives us an edge to be closer to them, to have a better communication. And
What do you think is the biggest misunderstanding? When people from the West go, I want to release my game in the East, I'll just translate it and then that'll do. Couple of posters in the native language. What are they doing wrong, and what do they need to do to make sure it works?
The main thing is that our goal, the goal of the company, is to actually persuade companies to change their mindset that Asian markets are not as difficult as they kind of may think they are. There is a chance for companies to succeed there, but you just have to make a research on the market, or you have to choose the right partner to go there with, and just think of it as another market, like as another user acquisition channel, basically.
Okay. Is there a common mistake that you see people kind of doing? Like when people are coming to you looking for help, what's the question you always get asked?
Well, what we should do with our game to raise the LTV, basically, that's the main question.
Have you had to tell people, because in a lot of cases it's not just the branding, the advertising, it's perhaps the game itself is not suited for an overseas market, because certain, if you try and, until recently, obviously free-to-play becoming the biggest thing, but in other countries, especially in the East, and people playing online in cafes, they've been doing free-to-play games for years and years. The market was already huge prior to that. So have you ever kind of looked at apps and gone, I don't think this is going to work?
Well, in terms of content, actually, Asian markets are really to some games, Asian markets are really receptive. So the Western content is well accepted there. But as for the communication with players on the Eastern markets, the communication happens on a much faster pace, and the events within the game, they have to happen more often, basically. Then they happen normally on the West. That's the thing.
Okay. And the data that you guys provide, if someone's approaching you and saying what are you going to give me? How can you help me? What is it that you would offer, like kind of the average developer who asks you a question?
Right. So we basically give developers consultation on what on the Eastern markets, primarily Korea at the moment, and we help with user acquisition there. So we drive installs and we drive like quality paid traffic from local channels. So as opposed to other agencies or companies, we focus on the local advertising channels purely.